Yeah, they use it as well. Dude, I saw a post. Dude, I saw a post about that. I was looking at X for a little bit. Like yesterday in bed, I was looking at X, and there was a person from Uganda that basically said, America f***ed us over. And I was like, what do you mean we f***ed Uganda? And he's like, yeah, like, US needs to rethink and give us more money. And I was like, what? And then the post was like, yeah, now like Ugandans don't have as many jobs now because of the US. And I was like, what? Yeah, because they stopped giving money to Uganda. And I was like, they stopped giving as much money to Uganda. And I was like, why the f and then like somebody in the reply thread was like, why the f would we give you money? And then the person's like, but we need it for Americans. Like, Americans are also like, there's a lot of issues in America right now. Like, you know, there's like a bunch of natural disasters. There's like a bunch of people affected by fentanyl. Like, there's a lot of issues that like we could be using our own money towards ourselves. And then the Ugandan person, like, and again, I don't know if this is troll. Like, it's almost like so ridiculous that like I kind of want to say it's troll, but I'm not sure. The other person said, well, you owe it to us because of slavery. And I was like, wait, what? We owe Uganda money for slave? what are you talking about, bro? What? I was like, what? It's so fucking ridiculous. It's crazy, dude. It's crazy. I was like, what is going on? Oh man, dude. I wish I could find it, the thread. It was, what was I reading? I think it was like I think it was an Elon thread or something. Where was it? Man, I kind of want to find it now. It was either Elon or Mentis. USAID workers told to stay home. Early morning email. Wait, what? Okay, let's look at this. Let's watch this video real fast. This, dude, yo, this one's on CNN. All right, USAID workers told to stay home in unexpected early morning email. All right, let's see it.
Overnight, workers at the U.S. Agency for International Development, USAID, in Washington were told to stay home this morning. The main office closed. They received an email shortly after midnight.
Thank you for the bits. Himitsu, thank you.
This is the latest development on the future of USAID after both President Trump and, maybe more importantly, Elon Musk.
You know what the problem I have with this shit? Really? It's not that I'm not against like giving charity to countries that have like a disaster, right? So like, say there's like, I don't know, like a volcano blows up and there's like a bunch of people that are fucked from it, right? I think it's fine to like be like humanitarian about it and be like, you know, we're gonna help out because, you know, we're like the big dicks in the world, so we're gonna help out. I'm okay with that. But what I don't understand is like the perpetual help. Do you know what I mean? Like the perpetual, like, here's food, here's stuff, forever. Like, I don't fucking understand it. I just don't. What did we talk about yesterday? We talked about human nature, right? We have to consider human nature. If we keep giving people shit, there's no incentive to make things better. And this is, again, this isn't just a problem internationally. This is also a domestic problem where we just we stim people up on fucking aid and you know, welfare, and then they never get on their feet because they can't. It's not that they don't have to. Well, for one, they don't have to. Two, it makes it so it's harder to transition from having the aid to not being on that aid, because there becomes like a point in time. There becomes a point in time where it's more efficient to be on the aid than not.
Bits for the
money wise, like you reach a certain amount of money,
plus they're
that you don't want to lose the benefits.
Front anyways.
X and Tony says people gotta learn to grow up. Giving fish is not worth it if a person does not want to learn how to fish. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of how I feel about it. Himitsu Gairu says, like, if the rug gets pulled out from them and they need that job to maintain, it's hard to trust in so much early on. Yeah, exactly. Because it becomes better to be on the welfare than to get paid more, basically. But I feel like, again, this is just ignoring like human nature. And guys, I'm not saying that the people involved are necessarily like, I'm not saying that they're all specifically, especially lazy. I think a lot of people in the same scenario might have some of the
Keep
same
up the good work,
inclinations. I think.
Leaflit.
I think it
Leaflit
takes
pet.
it takes a very specific level of grit to be like, fuck it, I'm getting out of this, you know? Thank you for the bits, Jack of all blades. And I'm just being real with you guys. I don't think most people are like that. I don't think most people have the grit to like just fucking, you know, get beat up and then just be like, I'm just gonna stand up and just go for it. You know, I don't think there's a lot of people like that. And it's why I think welfare is so dangerous. I'm not saying, and again, I'm not saying that welfare is bad. I'm not saying like, you know, fuck them, like fuck them like forever. You know what I mean? Like obviously, like sometimes people need help, and I'm not against giving people help, but we need to. There needs to be a limit to it, so people are incentivized to be productive. That's what I think. We can't just keep giving out shit to the rest of the world. It doesn't help anything. Like other countries need to develop, and we can help them develop, and I'm okay with that. But there needs to be like, listen, if you don't develop to this point, we're fucking cutting aid. It reminds me of like, you know, like you have like a rich parent and like a kid, and the kid never does anything, and the parent's like, you need to get your ass up, or I'm gonna get mad at you, and then they just don't care because they know that their dad's never gonna kick them out. Right? It's the same. It's literally the exact same thing. You need to be able to actually put your foot down and say, that's it, you're fucked, right? Because if they don't have that fire under their ass, people just, it's like inertia. People don't want to, like stepping into the unknown, taking responsibility for your destiny. All of this stuff is scary. And people need to be kicked in the ass in order to do it. I mean, that's just my opinion. I don't know. And sure, there are going to be a couple people that doesn't apply to. Obviously, there's going to be special exceptions of people that are capable of just getting up on their own. And you know, I don't want to be like this. Slightly Blue says, if there's no danger, there's no reason to move. Yeah, exactly. And I think most people need the fire. They need the fire under their ass in order to be effective. And that's just kind of human nature again. And you know, you can cite like an example of a person who doesn't need that, but I think that's the exception and not the norm. Anyway, moving on.
Said it needed to be shut down.
It's been run by a bunch of radical lunatics, and we're getting them out. USAID, run by radical lunatics, and we're getting them out, and then we'll make a decision.
All right, let's get to CNN's Jennifer Hansler at the State Department for the latest on this. You helped break.
So this is, by the way, we're watching CNN right now. This is a CNN video. So that's the angle of the video. So again, let's keep that in mind. Again, if we watch Fox News, they're going to glaze Trump. If we watch CNN, they're going to be against Trump. So like we have to consider like their angle, right?
This news about the email overnight. What have you learned?
Well, John, this is just the latest in a string of developments that indicate that Trump intends to abolish the U.S. Agency for International Development. We had that notice that went out overnight to employees not to show up to headquarters. You heard those comments from Trump. And as you noted, Musk has also demonized the U.S. Agency for International Development. He has played an outsized role on this administration's decisions on federal agencies. And he hosted a Spaces on X overnight to go after the agency, criticizing it for alleged misuse of funding. And he
90s
said
to
that
now.
Trump had agreed that it needed to be shut down. Take a listen to what else he said.
Latvia, Palau.
As we dug into USAID, it became apparent that what we have here is not an apple with a worm in it, but we have actually just a ball of worms.
Oh, holy fuck. Holy fuck.
And so at the point at which you don't merely, like, if you've got an apple that's got a worm in it, maybe you can take the worm out. But if you've got actually just a ball of worms, it's hopeless. And USAID is a ball of worms. Mm-hmm. There is no apple.
Holy
and when
shit.
there is no apple, you've just got to basically get rid of the whole thing.
So I should note,
Holy
John, that
shit.
he didn't provide a lot of evidence to these claims, but it is the latest signal.
That's true.
that
I would
USAID
like to see like what he means by that. That's fair.
is in the administration's target site. Now, Democrats say the
Yeah, he's just talking shit. Like we need to see like what do you mean? Where's the receipts, you know?
Abolishment of the agency would not be legal because it was created under statute.
He did provide sources. They're just not showing it.
It is an independent agency, and they say that Trump cannot just unilaterally choose to fold it under the State Department, which is what his intention is reported.
He might be able to fully because of due to security clearances. I guess that does make sense.
To be. Now, the State Department has not commented on the developments, but we do also see a number of other troubling signs. Over the weekend, we reported that there was an incident involving Doge employees from Musk's office, and they went to try to access USAID, and they were blocked, and officials were put on leave for trying to block them from accessing classified information, John.
All right. Jennifer Hansler for us at the State Department.
Thanks for the prime, CT. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Much more ahead also on USAID and who depends on that.
Thanks for the sub, delicate soul. Thank you.
Thank you so much for your reporting on this.
We set up Doge.
Yes.
How much do you think we can rip out of this wasted $6.5 trillion Harris-Biden budget?
Well, I think we can do at least $2 trillion.
Yeah!
Your
Damn.
money is being wasted, and the Department of Government Efficiency is going to fix that.
Good.
A war's underway inside the federal government. On the one side, you have Elon Musk, of course, the head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or Doge, tasked with eliminating.
You know what I think about though, dude? Isn't it crazy how Vivek fucking exploded his entire career on one tweet? Isn't that fucking wild? That's so crazy. Like everyone loved him, and then he just self-immolated. Like it's crazy.
Eliminating trillions
Fucking
in government
crazy.
spending. On the other side, you have career civil servants standing at times quite literally in his way, and they're paying the price. One senior Treasury official suddenly resigned.
He made a very badly worded tweet, I think. I don't know. I'm the type of person I don't really. I understand that people's words can be twisted, and that like you can say things that you don't really necessarily like. As a content creator, like I know the pains of like having to really think before you say something, because you might say something that you don't mean. Basically, like just it's hard to when you can't have follow-up questions. It's difficult for there to be context, I think. And you might say something that is slightly misworded that will that makes a point that you're not trying to make, if you get what I mean. So like I'm a little sympathetic.
I
but
trust a
feel
man
like
who can return a space shuttle back to Earth than any old politician in office.
me too, Foo Fighters, me too. I mean, let's be real. Like Elon has done a couple cringe things. I mean, like the gaming thing was kind of cringe. Let's be honest. But he does do a lot of good things as well. So it's kind of like, you know, it is what it is. Not everyone's perfect.
After Doge members tried to get access to the Treasury Department's payment system.
Look at this guy, dude. Look at he's like a fucking cartoon, dude. look at Elon, dude. Look at him.
Payment system.
What a nerd.
That official out of the way.
He's such a nerd, dude.
Elon Musk and Doge now have access to that system. What does that system do?
Oh my
handles
God,
the
what a
sensitive
nerd.
Information it's your sensitive information. American taxpayers' sensitive information.
He's such a dork.
And
yeah.
it conducts payments, cuts the government.
Me too, though. So like, I'm not really.
trillion
I'm not saying it like in an insulting way, because like I'm like that too. So it's
every year. That's Medicare payments, tax refunds, Social Security checks, all of it. And then there was another showdown taking place on Saturday night, typically not a hotbed of activity for the government. Two top security officials at the
If
US
you've ever
Agency
seen the
for
Windows
International
95
Development
launch,
are now
even with the
on
bunch
leave
of nerds dancing
they
on
attempted
stage
to
excited,
block
that's what he reminds me
Yeah.
of.
access to
basically.
restricted systems. Sources telling CNN that Doge officials went to the USAID headquarters. They were trying to access security systems.
I like
and
how this
personnel
lady is
files.
fear-mongering hardcore, and yet you're just laughing at
Oh
Elon.
yeah. True. Let me back up a bit.
Dollars every year. That's Medicare.
Guys, I'm easily distracted. If that wasn't obvious already, I'm very easily distracted.
payments, tax refunds, Social Security checks, all of it. And then there was another showdown taking place on Saturday night.
Between like between like the split screen of Elon dancing, this woman speaking, and me reading chat, it's so hard.
Not a hotbed of activity.
It's
for the
so
government.
hard. That's why sometimes I miss notifications. I feel so bad. Sometimes I miss notifications. It's not on purpose. It's just I just didn't perceive it.
2 top security officials at the U.S. Agency for International Development are now
No, Subway Surfers is gonna make it worse. No, I'm like the opposite. I don't want the Subway Surfers because then it confuses me.
on leave because they attempted to block
I
Doge
love
officials
watching
from
the news
gaining
paint
access
Elon as a devil, then cut to him dancing.
I know. I know, right, Reptile? Thank you for the bits. Thanks for the follow, Isaac. Thank you.
to restricted systems. Sources telling CNN that Doge officials went to the USAID headquarters.
We have
They
hijacked
were
the clown world.
For sure. Now it's our turn to clown.
Officials went to the USAID headquarters. They were trying to access security systems and personnel files.
The funny thing is sorry, I'm gonna slight tangent here, but the funny thing is you know for a fact that it's not just the Democrats seething, but the Republicans are also secretly seething. A lot of them are secretly seething, but they're scared because they know if they say anything, they're gonna get fucking destroyed. So it's like, they're seething too.
2 of their sources also confirming to CNN, Doge officials also wanted access to classified information. The members of Doge threatened to call the U.S. Marshals.
Uh-huh.
And they were eventually able to access USAID headquarters.
Okay, good.
Stephen Collinson, big picture here. These scenes, right, of these government officials trying to follow the law as it is currently written, trying to stand in the way, clearly losing these fights. What are the implications? I mean, this Treasury system, it's banal, but it includes the information of anyone that interacts with the federal government. Certainly, they've got my social security number.
Well, we found out last week what happens when
I see too many white people on this panel. Their opinions don't matter because
Guys,
they're oppressors.
I just remembered something, by the way. Sorry, it's another I'm so sorry, crazy. I have another tangent. It's small, but it's worth it because I have to say it before I
They
forget.
had to jump, scare you, Zed, the way
Thanks
they
for
did.
the bits. Thank you,
Last
Nick.
time
Thank
they
you.
telegraphed what they were going to
Thank
go
you.
after something. The department deleted every bit of data possible.
Oh man, they had the jump scare yesterday. The last time they telegraphed. Oh yeah, true, of course. I mean, no, that's the thing is that's how you do it in business. In any sort of sensitive business, when you fire somebody, you don't tell them like, by the way, we're gonna fire you tomorrow. You don't do that. You fucking go to their desk. Somebody goes to their desk with a box, puts all of their shit in a box, revokes all their access. You get to work and your shit's in the box already, and they're like, sorry, you've been fired. That's how they do it. Because they don't want you to go in and like fucking sabotage everything like before it happens. That's how they do it. Yeah, exactly. You get escorted out by security because they don't want you to sabotage everything because
Trump
you're mad.
is the true rhino, but in a good way. If the two parties are hell-bent on stopping this businessman, then Trump is doing something right.
Okay,
Trump is a true moderate.
Thank you for the bits. Thank you, Foo Fighter. Thank you, Foo Fighter McClocks. Thank you. I just remembered something, guys. So if you guys didn't know, this is my second outfit. So my original form is the slime one, right? And then I have this one. I just remembered I have an emote on this that, given the current context, would get me in trouble. Because I used to play a game called Stream Raiders, and I had an emote that is like a system, like attack, and like, oh no, I just realized I have it. I did, and it's not even that. Okay, it's not even. It says don't do it. It's not even that. It's like a attack, you know, like it's like attack, like fire the cannons. It's like that, but then okay, you know in anime when they go fire the cannons, and then there's like the person that's like standing on the deck of the ship, and they're like Uta! Right? It's like yeah, it's my heart goes out to you, basically. I just realized that we had that on this model because I actually have emotes. On this one. I have animations. I have a salute too. I have a salute.
Slimes can't be racist, they aren't humans.
Oh my god. As long as it's pointing a finger, it should be okay. Okay, it's not though. It's not. It's like they don't point the guys when they're on the deck of the ship in anime and they're like, "Uta!" They don't point the finger. It's like, you know. Yeah. I just realized I had that on this model. It's just, guys, I don't like Nazis. I hate them. Okay, I hate Nazis. I hate them.
Commas to the federal government with that freeze in spending, which caused absolute chaos. And at times like this, you see what exactly the federal government
Crazy said
does.
I can.
Of course, there are also ethical questions because Elon Musk is the recipient of billions of dollars in contracts with the United States government.
And so are his competitors.
Right. So, but it doesn't seem that ethics are a huge priority of this administration. But what you're seeing is the stripping away, as Donald Trump promised, as you were saying with regard to the FBI, that the government was an impediment to his agenda in the first term. How much of this is legal? How much of it is fair enough because he won an election? I think we're going to see what the dividing line is there.
The Trump White House's view is that the executive branch essentially is a
He gets all
business
somebody for
where
6
he
months
should be
and
able
you
to
do
hire
it.
and fire.
Oh my god, I did. Did I really?
It's not a Nazi salute. It's the same salute that Kamala, Ayok, and Obama made.
Yeah, it is true. True. Oh wait, did I actually? Hold on. I actually have. I have a database of all of the pictures I've ever given you. It's not in here. It's not in here. You fucking liar. Unless it's old. Unless I gave you an old one. Did I give you an old one? There's no way. It's not in the folder. Guys, they've gotten so much value out of this one right here, dude.
No, he wants one.
This one right here. It's this one right here, dude. Julio keeps using this fucking image every time. It's always this one. It's always like something bad and then this image. Like every time, dude. God damn it. Fuck.
Whoever he wants. That is like their view, and there are obviously laws that contradict that. And they're going to challenge those in court. And you can expect it to go all the way up to the Supreme Court to see they're going to try to expand as much of that ability to hire and fire people as possible. The only other little thing I noticed in there, a little tension between Elon Musk.
No, I don't want you because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do... Here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do the toggle and then everyone is going to post it. Like, they're going to post it on Reddit and out of context. And fucking
Donald Trump.
shit, dude.
Elon saying it's over. He's already agreed
No.
to put it down. Trump saying, well, we're going to get the top people out and then we'll make a decision.
Yeah. Matt Gorman, can you explain why Elon Musk is so focused on USAID?
Not in USAID in and of itself. Look, and I will say this.
Okay, hold on. Here. I'll show you the open hand, okay? I'll show you the open hand, okay? I'll go over here. I have to peek it. Okay.
No.
See? The hand is open. It's open. Okay, it's open.
First and fired the head of the USAID, temporary one, Bonnie Glick, at that point. And so he's had machinations around this before. When it comes to USAID, I don't exactly know. It might be more the foreign aid question, specifically than anything else to Stephen's point, right? That was before.
Yeah, it's an anime pose. Exactly. It's an anime pose. It's an anime pose. It's not that. God. It's God.
Administration believes, and I think to this extent rightly, is that Congress cannot make
Also have
an
like
agency,
this one.
no matter how independent it actually is, a part of the executive branch, yet exempt it from executive branch control. Now, to Alex's point, define control. Exactly, is it the top people, as case you point out too, with the FBI, political appointees, top officials, or again, both Elon Musk and these people at USAID are both unelected. But only one of them, Musk and Doge, is empowered to actually make these changes. So if you're somebody who's working at USAID or any agency, That's fine. You can disagree. You can, stand athwart in the doorway here, but you don't have the right to disobey, essentially, the head of the executive branch, which, again, whether you like it or not, it is Donald Trump. And I think that is a question here these folks will answer, and it certainly will be a question for the courts.
But I think we're missing here a bigger picture of what some of these agencies do and the impact that they have. USAID spends $2 billion on food in the United States. They buy food from farmers.
Guys, listen. Every time I play World War II games, I always play as the Allies, okay? I always play as the Allies. I play the Allies. I like the Allies, okay, guys? Okay.
Thumbnail has that excited Leaflit face and the text North Korea launches nuke Carnival cruise ship.
Thank you.
United States that they then distribute. Also, they don't move money without the approval of Congress. So there's a lot of people who are impacted here and a lot of waves that are going to ripple out here for what? Like, what is the purpose of doing this?
No matter how.
Dude, you know what I just remembered? I'm like really sad. God, I'm just remembering all this stuff. Dude, this video is cursed. I'm sorry, Julio Crazy. This video is over, man. It's so cursed. But I remember my brother a long time ago. He wanted to run.
We know you are patriotic to a fault.
He wanted to run a World War II like D&D campaign, but it was Pokemon. Isn't that cool? Isn't that like a cool idea? Like he was gonna run it, but then what happened was one of the people in the group they couldn't run it anymore because of their job, so we had to cancel. Isn't it? Yeah, it was basically like the Pokemon world, but World War II. Yeah, kind of like Pokemon Conquest. Yeah, but it was World War II. World War II, like the Western Front, basically. It would have been so fucking cool. Yeah.
That are going to ripple out here.
Fucking D-Day Pokemon would have been so cool.
For what? Like, what is the purpose of doing this?
No matter how altruistic the objective is, it doesn't change the organizational fact that it is still under the executive branch control. And you're absolutely right.
World War II is one of my favorite, one of my favorite periods of history to watch documentaries of, because the documentaries are crazy in World War II. Like, just the shit that was happening in World War II was wild. Like, just like how close things was really crazy. Like, yeah, things would be completely different if it weren't for like a bunch of like individual people.
Congress appropriates the money, but the executive branch does actually determine how to spend it, and that also includes the people.
Is this a deal? You gonna get it, dude? Guys, hot deal! I have a hot deal. All right, guys, you can get a 12 piece bone-in wings at Popeyes for $10, or 10 tenders. You can get 12 tenders, 12 bone-in wings. There's also 12 piece boneless wings, but that don't get that.
I'm a man of my word. Leaflit
12 piece tenders. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Mommy, remember that it's not. Mommy, can you tell them it's not a Nazi salute? Tell them. It's like, when they're on the ship in anime, and then they do that. Look, yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, I mean, their hands are open, so.
Yeah, I know. See.
What do you call it? So, like, if it's a Nazi salute, it'll go straight out, not to the side, right?
What do you mean straight? Wait, what is the angle? Hold on, wait, what is the angle?
CNN getting mocked by a Popeyes coupon.
What is the angle? The angle is kind of low. Actually, the angle's too low.
It's supposed to be like this, right?
Mommy, don't do that in real life. That's not no. Oh my god, Mommy! I swear to God, she's like, no, but the angle should be like no. Holy fuck, bro! I can't. Can't even, dude. Holy shit! I mean the angle's like kind of too far forward. It's like this, basically. I think like if it was like maybe like 15 more degrees, it'd be bad.
I mean, you could try. It looks pretty low. So.
Yeah, you can see it, right? It's low, right? Yeah, it's fine. I could show it, dude. Mommy, do you know how? Mommy, if I do that on screen, do you know how much it's gonna be fucking clipped and posted on freaking Reddit?
Just because you said that, if you do it now, it will get clipped and posted on Reddit.
Okay, I'm gonna react to this video now, guys.
They don't farm food in the United States. They buy food from farmers. That is going to greatly impact small farms. They spend over $1 billion in small businesses here in the United States that they then distribute. Also, they don't move money without the approval of Congress. So it's just, there's a lot of
doesn't
people who are
matter.
impacted.
They're
Wait,
just
that's
talking
weird.
nonsense.
Wait, hold on.
But only one of them, Musk and Doge, is empowered to actually make these changes. So if you're somebody who's working at USAID or any agency, that's fine. You can disagree. You can, stand athwart in the door.
Hold on. Is there logic that us not giving away stuff is gonna hurt our economy because we're producing the stuff? That's so fucking backwards. What the fuck? That's so stupid. That's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's so fucking stupid. Like, what?
But you don't have the right to disobey. Essentially, the head of
Guys, if we don't give away all the food, then how will we pay the people to produce it? Like, what the fuck are you?
the executive branch, which, again, whether you like it or not,
Holy
it is
shit,
Donald
that's
Trump.
so
And I think
dumb.
that is a question here. These folks will answer, and it certainly will be a question for the courts.
But I think we're missing here a bigger picture of what some of these agencies do and the impact that they have. USAID spends $2 billion on food in the United States. They buy food from farmers. That is going to greatly impact.
Actually, wait, I just thought of something though. There is one case in which that might be okay. Hear me out. What if it's like B and C grade food? Right? Because the food that you get in like the grocery store and food that gets shipped to restaurants is like the really nice, like pristinely, like looking like super, super cute food. Wait, never mind. Because we could just give that to our poor people. Never mind. I changed my mind.
They spend over $1 billion.
I had to think about it for like 1 second.
In small businesses here in the United States that they then distribute. Also, they don't move money without the approval of Congress. So there's a lot of people.
What's your favorite race of aliens from fiction? Cure Milky Loon.
impacted here in a lot of ways that are going to ripple out here for what? Like, what is the purpose of doing this?
No matter how altruistic the objective is, it doesn't change the organizational fact that it is still under the executive branch control. And you're absolutely right. Congress appropriates the money, but the executive branch does actually determine how to spend it. And that also includes the people, the organization, HR.
I'll show you after. I'll show you my favorite alien after this.
For lack of a better term.
So I totally hear what you're saying. I guess I just don't understand why we are trying to impact all of these Americans and all of these different people's lives. For what? What is the point here? So Elon Musk can take out someone that he doesn't like, or that they can say that they're getting rid of spending. USAID. I
think it's exactly the last part.
But
Yeah.
USAID's budget is 0.7%. Like, that is not going to solve any budget woes here.
Wait, what? Hold on, wait, what?
But USAID's budget.
Wait, that's a lot. Wait, what? 0.7% of the U.S. budget is a lot. What do you mean it's just not? What are they talking? These people are so out of touch. Chat, they're so out of touch. What?
Is 0.7%. Like, that is not going to solve any budget woes here.
But I think that's not the point, right? Whether it's 0.7% or 700% of whatever, right? It's the action in of itself.
But to Megan's point, there are going to be real human costs to this 90-day pause and spending abroad. A lot of these programs need constant funding, and you could see.
Why? Why do they need constant funding? The fact that they need constant funding is like proof that they're not being run efficiently. What the fuck?
Some humanitarian, mini crises, if that,
These are not going to mini crises. There's no fucking way. Like, again, like if a volcano explodes or there's like a typhoon and then, the world is like, oh, we need to get together to help our homies. First off, point A, that's not usually the case. It's not usually like a typhoon, let's all get together. Second off, no one helps us. Who the fuck is are people helping us when there's the fucking hurricane or something like that? Are there people? Let me see. Canada helps. That makes sense to me. But then we would help Canada too, right? I'm talking about countries on the other side of the world. Like, honestly, I think that Canada and the US should work together. I really do think so. We're basically like Mexico too, honestly. We should be cool with our border countries. I think that's ideal, but yeah,
money doesn't start back.
Well, we haven't even.
I'm not a fan of Canadian bacon, says Donald. Dude, me too. What if, dude, Canadian bacon is the worst bacon. Like, okay, the best bacon, God, I'm so fucking ADD. This is unreal. The best bacon is jowl bacon, followed by American bacon, followed by English bacon, followed by Canadian bacon. Canadian bacon is like by far the worst. It's like not even close. It's so bad.
Touched on kind of the national security implications around American soft power being projected in the world. And we can obviously argue if
Oh yeah, guanciale is
The
jowl
US
bacon.
should get along with its pants and hat.
Pygmalion Prime. Guanciale and jowl bacon is the same cut of the pork. It's but guanciale is cured. Is cured like it's
Curious what you think about how the US played a big role in helping Japan after the Fukushima
it's
disaster.
cured instead of smoked.
Should we have withheld aid then?
No, but then I no, I don't think so. But I would say the same thing about any sort of like unforeseen natural disaster. Does that make sense? Like I think it's fine for the world to come together, United States to help out when there's like a significant natural disaster that unforeseen natural disasters. What I'm not a fan of is constant aid, never ending nonstop aid. That's the problem I have.
it effectively, but that's kind of the point, right? I mean, that's why part of why
Japan is also exactly the type of country to never accept aid except in extreme circumstances. Yeah.
put the USAID into existence in the first place.
Yeah, it's an allowance, basically. I don't like that. Let's look at this real quick. So we've got, let me get this straight. Okay, so this is by the Chief Nerd on X. Let me get this straight. Fauci and...
Are you going to check out the DNC clown show?
Yes, we are going to do that today. Let me get this straight. Fauci's NIH and USAID sent over $40 million in taxpayer support to a scientist in Wuhan who was working on a bat coronavirus emergence research who became patient zero. And the completion date for the funding was 2019. The document obtained by FOIA by White Coast Waste give them a follow. Oh dear. 38 million.
Look at the date of when the contract started.
USAID one is from 2014. Oh, it ended in 2019.
What years did Biden pardon Fauci for?
That's crazy, dude. That's oh man. Uh-oh. That is kind of weird. That is weird.